bitch, make it hot. You got me on fire. Love the way you got that attitude. Be something you not. She suck that dick, she keep it delicate. Dick gon' make you.
Patrick
On
CC.
May 22nd, 2023, YouTuber Brian.
Y'all hear about this shit? I'm down on Only Up. Hey, I'm dialed too, dog. I'm gonna be dialed too. This dude, some YouTuber is drinking his son's blood. Now, this is not the first time I've heard of something like this. I've heard that this whole little sex trafficking thing that's going on worldwide is for rich people to drink children's blood. That's some type of ritual to give them some form of immunity, or like to make them not age or make them seem a little younger than what they really are. So we finna get into this video, man. I'm interested to see what the fuck is going on.
Brian Johnson uploaded this video titled, "Will My Son's Blood Make Me Younger?" In the video, you learn about Brian's vision to do the world's first multi-generational plasma exchange. The logic is that the plasma from the young donor will help reverse the age of the older receiver.
This some get out shit. Bro, this is some get out shit. Bro! What if all that shit is true? Like, they really kidnapping kids and drinking their blood.
So Brian would donate his blood to his 70-year-old father and receive blood from his 17-year-old son to preserve their health. This is an invasive procedure and is still considered to be very experimental. Most people, when they first saw this, were envisioning some billionaire Satanist trying to achieve eternal life by sacrificing the youth. Every single media outlet you could think of posted an article conveying their thoughts about the man who is trying to age backwards. Now, there is no shortage of critics, but there is also a cult fan base supporting him. This blood
People are fucking evil, dude. There's nothing in your right mind you will hear some shit like this and say that it's okay. You like, what the fuck? There's nothing okay about this.
was not the only thing Brian was doing to reverse his age. In fact, it's
100. He said, "Why I took 100+ pills every day." This nigga trying to die.
one very small part of the thousands of different routines and procedures he has implemented in his life with the ultimate goal of don't die. Brian's whole life is built around not dying, but the reason why he is doing it is not what you are being told.
Why is he trying not to die? Like, who the fuck does that? Imagine spending your entire life not trying to die, just to die. That's a waste.
Brian's de-aging journey is costing him upwards of $2 million per year. This is mere pennies to someone who sold their company for $800 million. Johnson's first...
Oh, this is the creator of Venmo? He's the one doing this shit? Bro.
Entrepreneurial success came during his time at Brigham Young University between 1999 and 2003, where he would launch 3 startups, the first of which sold cell phones and service plans. Johnson hired college students as salesmen, and he kept a commission of roughly $300 on each sale, helping to pay his way through his education. Then after college, he started 2 other businesses, a VoIP company combining features of Skype and Vonage, and a $70 million real estate venture with his brother. After both of these businesses fell flat, Brian was approaching 30 with a child, a wife, and no money. He knew he was smart and hardworking, but he did not know what direction he should take his life. He was desperate to make any money, and the only job he could find was a 100% commission door-to-door sales gig, selling credit card processing to businesses. Despite Brian describing this job as painful, he noticed a huge opportunity. At the time, credit card companies were very unregulated. He knew if he could teach these business owners in depth how credit card transactions worked, and was honest with them, he could win their business. He became the top salesman at his company and used that model to form his own business. In 2007, at the age of 30, Johnson started Braintree, a credit card processing system during an era of the infancy of smartphones.
And man, sub up. If you haven't subbed up already, man, roll to 100 subs, dog. Sub up.
Braintree was essentially a software that helped businesses like Uber accept credit card payments. It was kind of like an early version of Stripe or Square. By 2011, Braintree was processing more than $8 million in online credit card payments daily and processed more than $3 billion by the end of the year. 1 year later, Braintree acquired the startup Venmo for $26.2 million. Venmo was a social payments platform that allowed
he didn't start Venmo, he bought it.
people to share payments to their friends. It was the perfect acquisition because in 2013,
Yeah, tell them, sub up, motherfuckers, tell them, sub up.
PayPal acquired Braintree for $800 million in cash. Brian went from being broke to set for life in just 6 years. He used this success to branch into venture capitalism with the OS Fund, or Operating System Fund, using $100 million of his own personal capital to invest in the various scientific fields such as molecular engineering, machine learning, synthetic biology, and nanotechnology. Companies like Ginkgo Bioworks or Verge Genomics made large strides in their respective fields thanks to his investments. In 2016, Johnson's interests in biosciences would continue to appear in his entrepreneurial work, investing $100 million into his new company, Kernel. Kernel develops studies and devices such as the Kernel Flow, assisting with and monitoring brain activity. As of 2019, Kernel is researching the underlying patterns of the brain, neurological diseases such as Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and depression, as well as links between the human brain and computer interfaces such as Facebook.
This sounds like
As
a
it learns
bunch
more
of
about the human body.
This sounds like a bunch of nerdy ass shit. I want to get to the blood drinking in the ritual, in the sacrifice. That's what I want to know.
He wanted to use his own as an experiment, and thus Project Blueprint was born.
Start your radio station with Radio
And he
King.
gonna
Our
slap
radio
an ad.
manager makes managing your music a piece of cake.
Get out of here.
Project Blueprint was created in October 2021 with the aim of turning back Johnson's biological clock, de-aging his body through radical experiments involving diet, exercise, medication, and the very detailed monitoring of his body processes and chemical levels by a team of over 30 doctors and health experts. This project is led by 29-year-old regenerative medicine physician Oliver Zolman. The sheer amount of detail Brian shares about this process on his website is staggering. Scrolling down this page, you will find the meals he eats, the hundreds of pills he takes, images and breakdowns of his liver health, images of his brain, lungs, intestines, biometric details that someone much smarter than me needs to analyze. I mean, there is so much personal information that Brian Johnson just puts on the internet, but the truth is, a lot of your personal information is being bought and sold regularly, which is why I'm here to tell you about today's sponsor, Aura. Are you tired of receiving those spam calls from unknown callers every day? I know I am. Data brokers are making a fortune selling your information to the opt-out requests on your behalf. You can try Aura free for 2 weeks. See, it's really easy to set up too, and for one affordable price. I personally like how I can get all these features in one organized 2-week free trial, which is also linked in the description. Thanks, Aura. However, it's on his YouTube channel where you can see exactly how meticulous his lifestyle is. He wakes up at precisely 5:30 a.m. and
I ain't gonna lie. He in pretty good shape though.
immediately jumps out of bed. He will then complete around 150 tasks, from applying over 10 face creams, to weighing himself, to meditating. His team is always testing new procedures and routines to optimize his daily routine. Brian will sometimes use a red light therapy hat in the morning to promote natural hair growth, or high-frequency electromagnetic stimulation for a strong core and increased nighttime erections. Exposure to light.
So, if you have a strong core, that help you bust nuts? I didn't know that.
That emulates the sun is crucial to start his day, but he doesn't go out in the sun because that's too dangerous. He then begins his supplement protocol, taking upwards of 60 plus supplements like ashwagandha,
60 supplements? What the fuck? There's no way this could be healthy.
EPA concentrate, and hyaluronic acid. His morning ritual also includes the Green Giant, a concoction including chlorella powder, amino complex, creatine, collagen peptides, cocoa flavanols, and cinnamon. Following this, Brian dives into his specially crafted workout routine designed for his de-aging protocol, which encompasses high-intensity training and basic exercises like pull-ups, chin-ups, and curls. After the workout, he enjoys his first meal of the day, the Super Veggie, consisting of pureed ingredients such as black lentils, broccoli, maitake mushrooms, garlic, and apple cider vinegar. An hour after breakfast, Brian has his daily nutty pudding, his most normal meal with assorted nuts, juice, and berries. 2 hours later, he returns to another variation of the...
Yeah, this shit is fucking crazy, bro. I've never heard of no shit like this ever in my life. This is wild.
Super Veggie.
Imagine living your life like this. Like, you take over 60 supplements, and then on top of that, you eating all this creatine and green, like, what the fuck?
Takes around 40 more pills. Then 1 hour later, he eats his final
How many pills?
veggie and takes around 40 more pills.
40 pills, bro. So you go from 60 supplements and 40 pills? Like, there's no way. There's no way. This is crazy.
Then 1 hour later, he eats his final meal of the day, which varies. Given Brian's fasting window of 19 hours, he consumes all his daily meals within a 5-hour time frame. He consumes precisely 2,250 calories.
Now, I'm not gonna lie. I only eat once a day. So the 19 hours without eating, that's understandable. But the other shit, hell no.
Per day. Not a single calorie is wasted on something his body does not need. But the single most important factor of Brian's routine is his sleep. He will start by calming his nervous system with HRV therapy, which is a technique that synchronizes respiratory and heart rates, optimizing the heart rate variability by...
Why he paint his nails? Why his nails painted? That got something to do with his age?
Optimizing the heart rate variability.
Look like you need to get them done too.
Individualized breathing frequency pattern. Following this, he continues his nighttime skin and oral routine, which includes PM face wash and a peptide serum, along with regular flossing and teeth brushing. To ensure the perfect sleep environment, Brian's bedroom is entirely dark, equipped with 2 air filters to maintain peak air quality, and features a temperature-controlled system that uses an algorithm to adjust the bed's temperature based on his body's sleeping stages.
Bro, you know what's crazy? He's doing all this to survive. It'll be wild if he died tomorrow. I don't wish that upon him. Don't wish that upon him. God forbid. But that'd be crazy because like, bro, you can't control when it's time for you to go. It's time for you to go. Death is inevitable for everybody, bro. You can't get around it. There's nothing you can do to get around it, dog.
Recently, he shared on social media that he achieved 100% perfect sleep over the course of 1 month, which in simplest terms essentially means he's sleeping as deep as he possibly can for the longest amount of time possible. Brian also gets a full-body IPL treatment, or laser skin treatment, every week to remove collagen, blemishes, and wrinkles in his skin, which is why sometimes you will see his skin looking red and rash-like. Brian's entire life is dedicated to his blueprint. The only deviations to his routine are when he travels to do other podcasts and interviews. He spends a good amount of time creating content for his social media and working on his business Kernel, but most of his little free time is spent with his son Talmadge, who also eats the exact same food that Brian eats. Brian's lifestyle has been subject
So how old is he?
a lot of criticism, claiming he is a narcissist who thinks he deserves to live forever.
Yeah, man, when God calls you home, it's time to come home, man. It ain't nothing you can do. And you can't look at it as a bad thing. It's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? That's the cycle. That's the life cycle. Getting older, you know, moving on to the next life, man. That's all beautiful. You can't sit. Why you want to stay here forever? There's other places that your soul need to go.
They say taking 100 pills per day is nowhere near healthy, and
like, that can't be healthy. 100 pills is crazy, and 60 supplements
is overcomplicating his lifestyle. But the most common critique is that he is doing all of this, but still just looks like an in-shape 45-year-old.
Honestly, so he's 45. That's what I was about to say. Like, how old is he? Now, if he was like 60 years old and he looked like that, I'd have said, okay, what he's doing is working. 45, bro, he looks 45.
Aging backwards thing is more of just a marketing campaign than a reality. Basically, Brian is monitoring his body in every small great detail you could imagine, then comparing those levels to people his age. just like every other doctor would, but with less detail. So when he says his heart is just as healthy as a 30-year-old, he might say his biological age is 30 and his chronological age is 45.
Listen, that has nothing to do with the dumb shit that he's doing. My grandmother, I think she's 96 years old. They say her organs, her heart, and everything is like the same as like a 50-year-old or something like that. So what he's doing is it's not effective. There's other people who are old, up in age, but still have healthy organs in a good heart.
When in reality, he is just a very healthy 45-year-old. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Brian is not a Hollywood elite that steals the blood of the young for adrenochrome. However, he does like to lean into the psychopath character as a marketing tactic.
Like, look, nigga, he still got wrinkles. He still got wrinkles in his fucking neck. Wrinkles in his motherfucking eye. Like, dog. And then he looked pale as hell. He looked pale.
Plus, he actually looks like Patrick Bateman. His thumbnails definitely evoke a creepy response, like this one that says, "Escape death with prayer hands." He often makes posts on Instagram that contain imagery of a supervillain, proof that I am an AI, even my tears are manufactured. Or on Twitter, he often attacks the idea of religion.
If you edit video in fun,
oh hell no,
this is for you.
Not my God.
50,000 filmmakers' lives.
Oh hell no. What did he say?
Against any religion, philosophy, or cultural norm in.
Oh hell no. See, better watch it. You better watch what you say about God. I'm telling you, he'll show you better than he can tell you.
Facing death. You're going to die someday. Nothing can stop it. Jesus offers you true everlasting life. Believe in Jesus. Jesus has had 2,000 years and I've seen no evidence. I've done more in 2 years. Plus I can have premarital sex. Brian's anti-religion.
Oh, that's just disrespectful. That is so disrespectful. Who the fuck do you think you are? That is so disrespectful. What the fuck? I'm telling you, Brian, you getting what's coming to you, my boy.
Attitude comes from him being born into Mormonism. He was told what to believe, what to say, and what to do from the moment he was born. He was never given a chance to believe anything for himself. His live forever prophecy goes against literally every religion, since they all have an interpretation of an afterlife.
Yes or no question, do you think it's possible for us in the short future to live forever?
Yes.
Okay, right.
Nobody has ever lived longer than 122 years.
Damn! 122 years? Holy shit. Bro, chat, keep it a bean. Right? If there was a genie and the genie said, "I'll grant you 122 years," would you honestly take it? Or would you just, take your normal date that it's time for you to go? Because I don't know if I want to be. Think about it. 122 years, bro. The world would have completely changed. Everybody that you grew up with will be dead. Probably all your children at that point are also dead. Your grandchildren will still be here, but they will have grandchildren. Like me, just don't tell me when I'ma go. I'm taking whatever it is that God gives me. 122, and then not only that, think about it. After you hit maybe like 80, 85 years old, you're not even really doing too much moving around, seeing the world. A lot of your days are spent sitting down in the house, probably watching TV, just waiting to die. I don't know. It's not like you're out and about, walking around, enjoying life. Hell no. You sitting in some rocking chair, waiting to die. I don't know if I want to do that.
Old. It's very easy to say that Brian will not live forever, but this obsession with immortality is not new. The idea of extended or immortal life has been ingrained in human consciousness and present in all sorts of media through time as a storytelling trope or philosophical idea. It dates back all the way to the Epic of Gilgamesh, the oldest known work of fiction, with the central plot revolving around Gilgamesh's search for immortality. It's present in Greek myths, with Ganymede and Tithonus being granted everlasting life by the gods, with one remaining youthful in Olympus and the other growing eternally older. Dating back to the Dark Ages, it was an anti-Semitic idea that Jews would drink the blood of Christian children to stay young, and of course was a part of Bram Stoker's novel Dracula, where vampires would drain the blood of their victims. In more recent history, many people draw comparisons to Orochimaru from Naruto, who attempted to take the soul of Sasuke in his quest for immortality. And The Simpsons, known for its eerie predictions, had a storyline involving Bart donating his blood to save a dying Mr. Burns, giving him the energy of a young man. However, Brian's blood transfers are most commonly compared to Jesse Karmazin's startup Ambrosia from 2016, which recruited 600 people over the age of 35 and infused them with blood plasma from younger donors.
It's true. It's true, chat. These weirdos are injecting themselves with children's blood. Oh my God.
Brian?
They said that sex trafficking business is like $1 billion business too.
Even referenced this company in a creepy intro to one of his YouTube videos.
The science is actually pretty fascinating. Regular transfusions of the blood of a younger, physically fit donor can significantly retard the aging process.
Kazarin strongly believed in his blood transfer techniques. I'm not really in the camp of saying this will provide immortality, but I think it comes pretty close, essentially. However, he would never officially reveal the results of his study, and in 2019, the Ambrosia Health Clinic would be shut down. Numerous tests conducted on rats have provided compelling evidence supporting the positive effects of sharing blood and circulatory systems with younger rats. Although with the lack of positive human data, many scientists believe we haven't learned enough to consider it viable. And just
like, why, who in their right given mind would pump themselves with somebody else's blood? Like, isn't that how you get AIDS? Like, who the fuck would do that?
Recently, Brian announced that he is no longer doing blood transfers due to lack of substantial positive benefits to him. Through all the fire of different opinions, Brian has accumulated a large audience of people who appreciate what he is doing. It seems like the mainstream media has fallen for the marketing tactics. What Brian is actually doing is making himself a guinea pig for science. Before doing any research, I was expecting just another Liver King. Some guy creating a phony lifestyle to sell supplements. I was wrong. However, Liver King's real name is also Brian Johnson, which is weird.
Yeah, they cut from the same cloth. Idiots. Scam artists. That's all this is. He's doing all this for no reason. I think he's just bored. You gotta think, when you come up on $800 million, bro, it's hard to fill your days with stuff to do. So this journey that he's on is probably the only thing that's really keeping him alive, to be honest with you. Because he ain't got shit else to do. He sold his company, Venmo, long time ago, got super rich. He don't gotta work another day in his life. The first week after getting that $800 million, he was probably balls to the wall. But after the dust settle, it becomes real boring. Like, money, honestly, and getting up, going to work every day, getting up, going to school every day, it gives you purpose. But when you just get a lump sum of money like $800 million, you don't have to work anymore. It becomes harder to fill your days with purpose.
Right now,
And I wholeheartedly believe that's why he's on this journey, honestly.
Brian is not selling his blueprint, probably because he sold his company for $800 million and he doesn't need any more money. He is giving all of his information out for free and implores others to challenge his research for the greater good of everyone. Is he evil? Probably not. Is he a narcissist? Maybe. Will he live forever?
No. I'm gonna answer that for you. No. If it was possible, it would have been done already. We've been here for over 2,000 years. It would have been done already.
No. But can you learn a lot about the human body and potentially adopt some of his principles to live a healthier life? Absolutely.
All right, man. Hey, great video, Patrick, dog. That shit had me on the edge of my seat, man. W video, man. W video.
Bourbon on the Rockies, babe, that's all I drink. Don't you try to call me when the moon is up. I've been drinking all day and my head start to thinking. Prada bags all in your legs, you look amazing. How you posting shit and you ain't text me back. Riding with the stars, flying high across the map. Pray the moment never fade away.